Hello, thank you for joining me for yoga in bed. I've had foster kiddos this week, and I'm about to get 3 more, so I don't know how much time I'm going to have to do the yoga video. So I thought I would just take a few minutes, do a video, and post it, and hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you're enjoying these videos so far, and that you're getting a lot out of them. Let's start with our breathing. Pulling our shoulder blades together. Nice deep breathing into our abdomen or into our lower lungs. Nice deep breath. Deep breath. Focusing our attention on this moment. Leaving any troubles and worries behind. So grateful for our bodies. Then moving to the 2-part or the 3-part breath. Abdomen, then chest, and then a nice long exhale. When we have a full week or a full weekend, it can be really nice to take 15 minutes to just calm our bodies, stretch and move, take time for ourselves. And releasing the hands on the inhale, bringing the right knee up to the chest, flexing and pointing, exhaling when you need to. And twisting the foot to the right and the left. Gently pulling that leg, knee to the chest, and then release. And then on the inhale, pulling up that left foot, left leg. And flexing and pointing. Pulling that knee in as much as we can. And then twisting to the left. And to the right. And one more pull. And then release. We're going to bring both knees up and we're going to hug to the chest, rocking back and forth to gently start releasing that lower back. I don't know about you guys or where you have your aches and pains, but I definitely notice that when I don't do yoga, I feel it more. My lower back starts to hurt, my ankles and my feet, my hips. My hamstrings can get really tight if I don't do yoga. So I've found on the days that I do yoga, I feel stronger. My body doesn't hurt as much. I am more flexible. You notice I'm flexing and pointing and twisting. Sorry, that's habit. Really releasing that lower back, allowing it to stretch, allowing the blood to flow into the vertebrae, in between the vertebrae. Doing these back twists and back strengthening and flexing is so helpful. Straightening the legs and then butterfly feet. Just letting our body get used to the openness of the butterfly feet. Of course, using any modifications you need. And then back to staff legs. A little crooked on the bed. So we're going to do the sequence of staff, butterfly, staff, knees to chest, Starting with our inhale on knees to chest, and then we're exhaling on staff. Moving with your own breath. Really trying to pull in on those exhales. Trying to see if we can get a little further. But remembering, of course, we don't want to hurt ourselves. Last set. And feet flat on the bed. Taking a moment here to just notice how the body feels. And then bringing those knees toward us again. We're going to make gentle small circles with our knees. Changing direction. And then pushing forward again. A little bit wider this time. And changing direction again. And feet flat on the bed. We're going to gently just tilt the hips. So inhaling, we tilt our hips toward our legs, and exhaling, we pull them toward our chest. And last set. And releasing down. Now we're ready for bridge. Moving with your own breath. And last one. Hey, baby. Crossing that right ankle over that left and threading that left arm through. Just gently, gently pulling in that right hip. Nice deep breathing. You may choose to move the legs or not. And I want to take a moment while we're just pausing here to talk about yoga clothes. I'm noticing that some of my clothes are more binding because I've gained weight over the years, or something fits great underneath a sweater but maybe not so great for yoga. We want our clothes to sort of skim the body, but not be too loose and not be too tight. And I'm trying not to be self-conscious about my belly in these videos, and I'm sure some people can relate to that. As we age, you know, we hold more in our bellies, and so try to work on that. But the clothes that we're wearing are flexible. We want them to be flexible and slightly a little bit loose, so that we can move around without thinking too much about our clothes, without either thinking that our shirt is going to fall forward and expose ourselves, or that our pants are too tight and binding. So just pay attention to the clothes that you're wearing. I have been opting for clothes that are a little bit more snug, so that when I'm doing poses you can see them. But I also need to make sure that I'm comfortable in my yoga attire. Pulling that left leg toward us. Nice long exhale. And releasing down. Unless you have a cat in the way. And then placing that left elbow over that right knee. Repeating on the right side with the left hip stretching. Full of breath. We don't want our clothes to be too tight as we're doing our yoga, because we want to be able to move freely without, like I said, being distracted by our clothes. Remembering, of course, that our hips may not feel the same, and that's okay. Reach and stretch. For those of you who've been watching these videos, thank you for joining me. And I want to say, I'm thinking spinal balance may not be a good thing to do on the bed. I like to do it in my yoga practice on the floor. I think it's a very helpful pose. But I'm a little bit concerned that doing it on the bed, there's just too much give, and we aren't able to get accurately into the pose. So if you want to practice that one on the floor, be sure you warm up first. If you need to protect your knees, be sure to protect your knees, but I don't think I'm going to be doing that one. And I am learning that some of the upper body ones are really affected by the elevation of my bed. Even though it seems slight, it actually bends pretty much in the middle and has about a, 30 degree angle. So that can get a little too intense for the lower back and the upper back, actually. So I'm going to try to be careful with those types of poses like Superman or Lotus. Okay, I'm releasing the legs into butterfly. Nice deep breathing. I'm going to roll forward into some seated poses just to stretch the back a little farther. So inhaling, pushing up, placing our feet in either easy pose, or in butterfly feet, or seated straddle with our legs in the most comfortable position we can find. Let's roll our shoulders up and back, up and back, up and back. And if you're paying attention to when I'm saying I'm fostering, technically I'm providing respite for foster parents for a couple of days. And this week I've had kids all week, except for yesterday, and I'm going to have more today and tomorrow. So when I do that, I try my best to get the yoga videos in, but it really depends a lot on what the kid is needing. So we're going to do a modified cat-cow. So inhaling, starting with the hips, reaching with that chest, chin up for cow, and then really reaching with those hips, arching that back, chin to chest for cat. If I said chin to chest for cow, I'm sorry, that was a mistake. And moving with your own breath. And returning to neutral spine. Nice straight back, arms straight, shoulders down and back. We're going to do some lateral stretches. You may choose to put your hand by your hip, a little bit farther out or all the way down on your elbow. Just choose what feels right for today. So remember, we want our back nice and straight, hips flat on the mat, and then inhaling, we change sides. Exhaling, we are into the pose, moving with your own breath. Nice straight back. One more set. And returning to neutral spine. I'm going to take this opportunity to move forward since my cat is not in the way. So we're going to gently, gently walk forward with a nice straight back, letting our head drop. Nice deep breathing. If your legs are crisscross one on top of one another, you might want to change that. Change which foot is on top. Last breath here, we're going to inhale and walk our hands back. And instead of going straight to the back now, we're going to put our knees underneath us and move into a child's pose. Really allowing that lower back to stretch out. And on the inhale, coming up, tightening the abs, tightening the lower back, back into our seated position. We're going to stretch our back for a chest opener. So walking our hands behind us, pulling those shoulder blades back, and just gently letting the head drop behind us. And returning to neutral. We're going to do some spinal twists, and then that will be it. I'm not sure, so hands up and twisting. For the very shorter ones, I really focus a lot on kind of waking up and twisting, flexing and twisting the, flexing and stretching the spine in different directions, and waking up the lower body, waking up the upper body. That's kind of the goal of these shorter ones. Really trying to look over that shoulder on the exhale. And one more breath on this side. Turning to the other side, letting our hands fall into our support positions. Remembering we may not feel the same on both sides, and that's okay. moving the body the way we do in yoga is so helpful to gather flexibility. If we're hurting, it actually can help us to move because our body forms or produces natural painkillers when we move. So for example, when I first started, my lower back was kind of hurting and my hips were kind of tight. It didn't take very long for the lower back not to hurt and for the hips and lips to not feel as tight. So I hope that you are finding the videos that you like, that work for you, finding the modifications or accommodations that your body may need, stretching and moving your body in healthy ways so that we increase flexibility, decrease pain, increase strength. I haven't done a lot of strength building, but just doing the flexing and stretching can be extremely helpful for the body. And I'll try to add a little bit more of the strength building because I need it too. We all need it. So thank you for joining me. I hope you're enjoying these videos, and I'm not sure how many I'll be doing in the next couple of days, but wish me luck with the Fosters, and namaste, everybody.